Are live. Well, just about. Good evening, all. It says I'm live, so presumably I am. And welcome to Wednesday night's quiz night, direct to being broadcast live from Nick's front room or lounge, whatever you want to call it, or kitchen, maybe. I'm not sure what it is actually. It's a lounge, a kitchen, and something else. What is it? Lounge diner. Lounge diner, even. But never mind. Right then, enough of that waffle. Tonight we have 6 rounds of general trivia, starting with round number 1. As always, we use the initial letters of the day of the week, which is Wednesday, and as it's the first, that's a 1 followed by an ST, so there's just 12 questions to start you off tonight. It's always difficult finding something starting with a 0, so we'll scrap that one. We won't have 13 questions, we will have 12 questions tonight in round 1, making a total possible 62 points tonight up for grabs. Martin Davis and Tina, I trust, have just joined us. Good evening, Martin and Tina. Hope all is well with you and the family, and things are okay. Keeping yourselves busy, no doubt. Hi, Stuart. Hope all is well with you too. And cheers. Let's see whether anybody comes out for a beer this weekend. We will see. That should be interesting. Yeah, well, that's with the pubs reopening this Saturday, or some of the pubs reopening this Saturday, but never mind. Good evening, Michelle. How's things with you? Hope all is well with you and the family in Crick. We will see how you fare tonight. 6 rounds, as I said, of fairly basic trivia tonight. You'll be all right, I'm sure. Good evening, Ian. How are things with you? Hope the hedgehogs are behaving themselves. I'm not causing too much trouble. I don't know, how do they do in the wet weather? I'm not really sure how hedgehogs, do they still come out, or do they only come out when it's warm and hot? Evening, Hilary. Nice to see Hilary Farman's just logged in. So evening to you. And we are waiting now. Well, we have 13 minutes really before kick-off, before the quiz starts. But as I'd mentioned, to those that have logged on already, we have 30 teams logged on now. For those that have logged on, the first round tonight is entitled Wednesday the 1st. Just use the initial letters or numbers of Wednesday the 1st. You should have 12 answers. Pretty straightforward. Round number 2 is a dead easy round tonight. I decided just to give you all the answers. Start with the letter H. H for Harry. He might be in there. I don't know. To be fair, I haven't really looked at it, but all the letters to, all the answers to round number 2 start with the letter H. H for Harry. Round number 3 tonight is entitled Health and Fitness. It's quite apt, I suppose, because we all need to be keeping ourselves healthy and fit during these awkward times. Even though lockdown is easing for quite a lot of people, I think there's an awful lot which is still very wary about going out and mixing with other people. So we will see. Michelle's just put, I was rubbish on size quiz last night. Charlie was on form. We're all good. Hope goes well. Well, yeah. We got to round. What round was it, Ange? Me and the wife were doing the quiz last night, size quiz, and we got to one round, and I put in the wrong code, so I didn't actually join the round until halfway through. So I thought I'd given everybody a chance last night because I missed 5 questions. But hey, what the hell? That was the what was it? It was the logos round that we did. But so I missed half the logos round. Right, evening to Carol. So we've now got Michelle from Crick, and we've got Carol Jackson, Home Alone. They are all present and correct. Good evening, Carol. Hope all is well with you and the family, and all is well. I wonder whether you'll be going out at the weekend. Are you planning to get down to the pub for a quick one and see how it goes, or is everybody kind of avoiding it like the plague? We'll see. I think it's going to be a very slow take-up. It should be interesting. Good evening to you, Mike Yates. Hope all is well with you. Have you any of your friends joining you tonight? You normally do the quiz with 2 or 3 others from around the country, so we'll see. But nice to see you, Mike. Andrew Lewis from Yelvertoft and his wife just joined us. Well, I trust his wife's joined us as well. So good evening from Yelvertoft. Right, Faye's just joined us. One of the Booby Prize girls is present. That's Faye. She's just signed in. So hi to you from both me and Lydia. My daughter is sat over. She's been very good over these last few weeks. She's going through my quiz as we speak, just to make sure my spelling's right, or I've missed things out, which I normally do. Mike's just getting it signed up. Are you doing a Zoom with your friends whilst you're doing the quiz, or something like that? I've just... Vicky Bowser's just signed. Hello, is it that time already, Gordon Bennett? Yes, it is. We've got 10 minutes before kick-off. We've now got 46 teams signed on. Pick and Mix have just joined us. Good evening, Pick and Mix. Hope all is well with you. Any of you fancy going to the pub at the weekend? You were always good pub goers. I'm just interested to know if any of you were thinking of going into either pub, well, either of our pubs, but it doesn't really matter, a pub this weekend. It would be interesting to see how many of us actually go down to the pub. I'm even dreading it myself, but we'll see how it goes. We've had to put tape all over the floors, one-way systems, God knows, all sorts of things. Yes, if football will be on, the football will be on, but it's got to be on at a very low level. Not that there's any crowds there anyway, because all the crowd noise is artificial, but it's all got to be virtually in silence to stop any ridiculously raucous shouting at the television screens, which some people are particularly criminal about, but there we go. Right, got Paula. The Quizzy Rascals have just signed in. Now, the Quizzy Rascals won the quiz on Sunday night by a clear point, I think, from 3 other teams, all in joint second place. So the Quizzy Rascals were on very good form on Sunday. Let's see how they fare tonight. John Potter. No one from lockdown Leicester. Yes, we're barring anybody that puts an address of Leicester down in the book as they enter the pub. So anybody thinking coming from Leicester to a pub in rugby, you might as well forget it. But we'll see. But evening to you, John. Hope all is well with you. Not sure we will be out this weekend. No, I think a lot of people will take it easy over the first few weeks. I don't envisage it being busy at all, but we'll see. Martin Davis has just said, my brother-in-law should be signing in once we've done our virtual masks. Excellent. That's fine. Nice to see, Martin. Is he going to be on your team, or are you hoping he's going to be a separate entity to you and Tina? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Right. Let me just go through these rounds. As I'd said earlier, round number 1 is entitled Wednesday the 1st. There's 12 possible answers, starting with those letters, the letters of Wednesday the 1st. Secondly, we have round number 2 is all answers begin with the letter H, which makes it pretty straightforward. It's going to be Harry or Hammer or Hero or something like that. Round number 3 is interesting, health and fitness round. Just when you thought you couldn't get away from health and fitness, you haven't seen enough on the television, we have a round on health and fitness. So we'll see how you fare with that one. Round number 4, we all normally have an initial letter link where we have 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 normally asks you to take the first letters of the first 9 answers and rearrange them to spell out the name of something. So that's a pretty straightforward round. Round number 5 tonight is entitled Make or Break. Make or break, where the word make or the word break appear either in the question or in the answer. So make or break can be in the question or the answer. That's round number 5. And round number 6 tonight will be general trivia, which is just 10 general trivia questions, which I'm sure you'll find pretty straightforward, he says. No. Right, Jackie Skip, number 2, has checked in from Booby Prize Girl number 2. We'll be out this weekend. All right. They've got beers in their hands by the looks of things. Excellent. That seems good to me. Mick and Bev Roberts have just signed in. Good evening to you. Hope all is well with you, Mick, and you, Bev. And you're keeping your spirits up in these testing times. Michelle's just put, we all work in school, so the logistics are difficult. It's hoping the alcohol does not affect the ability to keep to the rules. We're not going this weekend, but in holidays. Yeah, I don't blame you. We'll see. Yes, it's going to be the problem, isn't it? How on earth do you control? I mean, it's hard enough controlling people in a pub normally, let alone when they've had a few beers to try and keep their social. You can see it now, can't you? A guy has 2 pints and he goes wandering over to the bar, suddenly realises he's got to sit back down again after somebody shouts at him. The barmaid will say, will you sit down, please? And oh, you need to tell me what to do. I can see it now. It's going to be fun. Right, we've now got 55 teams signed in. We've just had Helen and Steve Valentine. Good evening to you, Helen and Steve. Hope all is well with you. And PRS Matthew Blood has just signed in with Claire, Robin, and Matthew, the full team there tonight. That should be a good team. What else have we got to sort out? Right, well, how long have we got until kickoff? Well, we've still got another 5 minutes. So let's get everybody signed in. Sarah, good evening, Sarah and Russ. Joe and James have all signed in. That's excellent. So you've got a good team of 4 from our friends in Worcester. Hope all is well down in your neck of the woods. I don't know what the weather's been like down in Worcester, but we've just had quite a downpour about 10 or 15, well, 20 minutes ago. But the skies are black that way, and they're quite clear that way. There was enough sun about today to charge my car up, so I was happy with that. So what the hell. We've just had Karen and Gary sign in from Blackpool. So hi to Blackpool. Hope all is well with you. Have you seen a resurgence in people rushing to the seaside? I don't know. Are the attractions open? Is anything open in Blackpool, or is it just the tower's open? Is it? I'll be interested to know how things are looking in Blackpool. I expect it's going to be a very slow take-up to start with, but we'll go from there. Right, Lucas has just signed in. Good evening, Lucas. I didn't know whether you were going to be in tonight, so I didn't put the Dinsdale question in that I was going to, but I'll reserve that for Sunday if you're still going to be here on Sunday. So good evening to Lucas and the team from Durham, as I recall. Mark Gandon has just signed in from checking in. What's he got? My partner said she's going into garden. Oh, God, no. Oh, well, that's fair enough. Why, you don't you want to go and join her, or what? Or are you doing the quiz, Mark? Anyway, good evening, Mark, from us in Rugby, and hope all is well in Norwich. We've just had Jenny Graham and friends sign in. Evening to you, Jenny, and hope all is well with you and the family. Chilly Willie and Joe have just come on. First time on a Wednesday. Blimey, you must be short of something to do, Chilly Willie. Never mind. We've just had the Giffords join us. Graham and Jane have just signed in from Cambridge, so nice to see them. And Hilary Lower, famous 5R here. Excellent. Have we got the full 5 tonight? They were sadly missing you, John, I'm sure. Maybe not. I don't know. This was on Sunday night. I think they were one short, weren't they? So, Nicky Bowers, Lucas, nice one. Can't wait till Sunday. Right. How's the electricity generation today? We've done very well today, actually, surprisingly, Matthew. About 20 odd kilowatts today. Not too bad for a well, it's a bleak day, really. It was not being very good. It was enough to top the car up to full capacity anyway, without importing anything from the grid. So that's what I like to see. Right then, for all those that have just joined us, my partner said she's into gardening. She said at the start of lockdown she planted her bum on the sofa over 12 weeks ago, and it's grown considerably. Now, you are nasty, Mark. I hope that's not true. Karen's saying from Blackpool, masses of people already coming to Blackpool despite everything being closed, including the toilets. Oh dear. Are they knocking on the door to try and get to the loo? That's the worrying thing. Right, 2 minutes to go and we'll get started. Let me just run through the rounds quickly again for those that have just joined us. Round number 1 is entitled Wednesday the 1st. We use the initial letters of the word Wednesday, the initial number 1 followed by ST. So that's Wednesday the 1st, round 1. Good evening, Dave Perry. Hope all is well. Evening from Alcatraz, Newtown. Alcatraz, Newtown. Where's Alcatraz, Newtown? Leicester, I trust. I'm not sure. Oh dear, that'll be interesting. Round number 2, all the answers to round number 2 start with the letter H. H for Harry. Round number 3 is a round on health and fitness. I'm sure you're all healthy and fit, or looking to be healthy and fit. You might like to see how your knowledge of health and fitness does. Round number 4 is an initial letter link, where we take the initial letter of the first 9 answers, and then for question 10 we rearrange them to give you another answer. Round number 5 is entitled Make and Break, Make or Break, where the word make or the word break can either be in the answer or in the question that I asked. And finally, round number 6 tonight is just a general trivia round. It'll be 10 questions on general rubbish that you all need to know if you're going to be serious quizzes. So let's see how we go. Alex Brown's just signed in. Mother and son team are in. Now where's Dad gone? Is he downstairs again, or is he upstairs? So we've got half the Brown family. Now where are you tonight, Alex? Upstairs or downstairs? It's quite interesting when they do the quiz. They split into 2 teams, and one upstairs, one downstairs. Right, minute to go, and then we'll get on with the quiz. I just, if you give me a second, I will get it up on my screen. Now, have I made any glaring mistakes in the first round, Lydia? Have you been through it at all for me? Never mind. Well, we'll see when we get there. Right, it is now 2015. Are we all ready? Eyes down, look in. Yes, right, here we go then. Question number 1 must start with the letter W. W for Wednesday. Quite easy one to get you going. What is a traditional Welsh dish made with a savoury sauce of melted cheese and served hot after being poured over slices of toasted bread? So fairly straightforward one, that. What is a traditional Welsh dish made with a savoury sauce of melted cheese and served hot after being poured over slices of toasted bread? I thought I'd sneak that one in for all you Welsh people to start you off. Always moaning you never get a question. Question number 2. Well, I thought you'd know that one, Martin. Question number 2, starting with the letter E. You might know this one as well. Who was a Hungarian-born food critic who wrote and published a famous series of guides to British and Irish restaurants and hotels in the 1950s and 60s? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. Obviously, his first name starts with the letter E. So question 2 again, who was a Hungarian-born food critic who wrote and published a famous series of guides to British and Irish restaurants and hotels in the 1950s and 60s? That's not about sheep. Yes, you probably. I can ask all sorts of questions, Karen. Don't worry about that. They'll still be rude and ruthless and whatever else, but never mind. Yes, it appears the BBC have gone mad, haven't they? Mad, absolutely mad, he said. Political correctness has gone. It was going bad 10 years ago, but now it's gone completely mad. Question number 3. This has got to start with the letter D. They don't get much easier than this. What is a breed of large-sized dog noted for its unique white coat marked with black spots? The origins of the breed can be traced back to a historical region of Croatia. So question 3 again. What is a breed of large-sized dog noted for its unique white coat marked with black spots? The origins of the breed can be traced back to a historical region of Croatia. That's got to start with the letter D, remember. D for dinosaur. Right, question number 4. Listen carefully. In February 1984, which company signed an agreement with the UK government to build a car plant on an 800-acre greenfield site in Sunderland? So in the February of 1984, which car company signed an agreement with the UK government to build a car plant on an 800-acre greenfield site in Sunderland? That starts with the letter N, which makes it fairly straightforward. Question number 5 starts with the letter E. First mentioned in print in 1893. What is a traditional English dessert consisting of a mixture of strawberries, meringue, and whipped cream? So first mentioned in print in 1893. What is a traditional English dessert consisting of a mixture of strawberries, meringue, and whipped cream? I know Carol Jackson will get that one straight away. I needn't have gone even further than 1893. I'm sure she would have got it just with that. Question number 6 starts with the letter S. Who was Captain Ahab's first mate, a no-nonsense crew member of the Pequod? A famous coffee chain embraced the name when it was founded in 1971. So question 6 again. Who was Captain Ahab's first mate, a no-nonsense crew member of the Pequod? A famous coffee chain embraced the name when it was founded in 1971. Question number 7. Listen carefully. This begins with the letter D. Letter D. Who is a regal blue tang? That's Tang. Who gets separated from her parents, Jenny and Charlie, as a child, but gradually forgets them due to her short-term memory loss. So question 7 again. Who is a regal blue tang? Who gets separated from her parents, Jenny and Charlie, as a child, but gradually forgets them due to her short-term memory loss. I had to look tang up just to make sure it was what I thought it was. And it was. Question number 8. Listen carefully. In 1864, with Washington, D.C. teeming with dead soldiers and out of burial space, Quartermaster General Montgomery C. Megis formally proposed which former estate as the location of a new military cemetery. There's a few clues in there. So in 1864, with Washington, D.C. teeming with dead soldiers and out of burial space, Quartermaster General Montgomery C. Megis or something, Meigs maybe, formally proposed which former estate as the location of a new military cemetery. And it's a very big cemetery nowadays. Not that I've ever been there, but I'm sure one or two you probably have. Oh dear. Question number 9 that starts with the letter Y. Make that pay. Letter Y, remember. It's another Welsh question. There's a bit of Welsh in this. On the 10th of April 1930, representatives met and agreed to form what association, which opened its first low-cost, short-term lodging in Pennant Hall near Llanrwst in North Wales. I think that's how you say it. So on the 10th of April 1930, representatives met and agreed to form what association, which opened its first low-cost short-term lodging in Pennant Hall near Llanrwst in North Wales. Starts with the letter Y. Don't think too hard. Not many associations start with a Y. It is a 3-word answer, that, just to help you a bit. Question number 10, of course, is your first and only number tonight. This starts with the number 1. It starts with the number 1, but it's a 2-digit number. So, also the atomic number of magnesium. What is the largest number with a single syllable name in English? You might have to just count up a bit and see where you get to. So, also the atomic number of magnesium. What is the largest number with a single syllable name in English? Question number 11 starts with the letter S. That will help you somewhat. What was the surname of the explorer who returned to the Antarctic but died of a heart attack while his ship was moored in South Georgia, which apparently is where he's buried now? It would make sense, I suppose. So what was the surname of the explorer who returned to the Antarctic but died of a heart attack while his ship was moored in South Georgia? It's just his surname that I want. Starts with the letter S. And finally, question number 12. In this tricky first round, there are a few easy ones to start you, but they've got a bit trickier. Question number 12. Designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, what was the name given to the original station built in 1839 for the Great Western Railway passenger terminals in Bristol? Yeah, that second Needs to come out. Put terminus there, please. Before in Bristol. Gary said he went there in 1982. Excellent. Well, that's exactly what you need. What, South Georgia? Can't believe that. It's a long way though. Question 12 again. Designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. What was the name given to the original station built in 1839 for the Great Western Railway passenger terminus in Bristol? Terminus. Yeah. Or terminus. And that is the round of our first tricky round. Let's see how we've fared with these. I will give you a minute just to get your teams to make sure you've got your scores all correlated, so to speak, with each other. See any submarines? Just to dive. See any submarines? Question 11 is my great uncle. Wow, there we go then, Shilly. You should know his surname then if it's your great uncle. Oh, you've never come up with that little gem before, have you? Never mind. Right then, let's do some marking after round one, I think. Probably had long enough, haven't we? Does anybody else need anything else to work out? Right, question number one. That traditional Welsh dish, of course, was called Welsh rarebit. That was tough, wasn't it? Question number two was a guy called Egon Ronay. Egon Ronay's Guide to Restaurants. Question number three, of course, was a Dalmatian, that breed of dog. Number four was Nissan, that motor company. I think the deal was signed with Margaret Thatcher, or just after, I don't know. Question number five was an Eton mess. Question number six is he was called his crew member was called Starbuck as in Starbucks. Number seven, the Regal Blue Tang was a fish called dory, of course. Number eight, it was Arlington. I was after Arlington Cemetery, just outside Washington, D.C. Number nine, I was after the Youth Hostel Association. The Youth Hostel Association. Number 10, the largest number with a single syllable name in English is the number 12. 12. It's also the atomic number of magnesium, I don't know if you got that. Number 11, it turns out it's Chilly Willy's great uncle was Shackleton, of course. Shackleton. So well done if you got that. Number 10, the railway terminus that was designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel was better known as Temple Meads. Temple Meads, or Bristol Temple Meads, anything like that'll do. I will accept either. So well done if you got that little lot. Right, let's have some scores in, see what the scores on the doors are like. There's a possible 12 points to be had in round number one tonight. So we've got Chilly Willy on 11, we've got Dave Perry on a 12, Home Alone on 11, Chris Speaks on 11, Martin Davis on an 11. Michelle is on 13. You can't be on 13, Michelle, but never mind. Grant Gifford's on 12. Ian Miller's on 12. Mick Robertson on 12. Split the Difference on 12. Nicky Bowers on 10. Steve Farmland on 10. Roger Griffiths is on 10. We've got the Famous Five on 12. Quizzy Rascals are on 11. Helen and Steve Valentine on 9. Mick Yates is on a 10. The Booper Girls are on a 10. Andrew Lewis is on a 12. Jenny Graham and friends are on 12. Michelle said 12, yes, it's all right. They're usually 13, but never mind. Pick and Mix are on 10. We've got Mark in Norwich on 9. We've got Sarah on 10 from Worcester. We've got our Blackpool friends are on 11. Roy Job, an impressive 13. Yeah, that would be an impressive 13. It's got to be a 12, Roy, but never mind. Stuart Colwell on 12. PRS on 11. Alex Brown on 11 and Heidi Shaw on 9 points. Any more teams need to get their scores in? I'll just point out there, Roy, just to check, there are only 12 possible answers to round number one, but never mind. Normally 13 on a Wednesday, but this week there was only one digit, being the first of the month. Right then, round number two, dead easy round. All the answers start with the letter H. H for hotel or something like that. So all the answers start with the letter H, so it's no good putting an answer down starting with the letter A or B or C, for instance. Right then, are we ready? Question number 1. Which Hogwarts schoolhouse colours are yellow and black, and its emblem is a badger? Can't be that hard if you know all the houses, because there's only one I think that starts with H. Maybe there's 2, I don't know. Question 1 again. Which Hogwarts schoolhouse's colours are yellow and black, and its emblem is a badger? I bet you knew that one, didn't you, Liz? Yeah, my daughter knew that one straight away. It helps when you've seen the films, read the books. Question number 2. It's a 2-word answer. 2 words I'm after. Which former politician is the only 2 times winner of the title Pipe Smoker of the Year? So which former politician is the only 2 times winner of the title Pipe Smoker of the Year? That's a daft question, isn't it? But never mind. Stuart Caldwell got a 12 as well. Did I don't know whether I read your name out, Stuart, but never mind. You're very good 12, and Alex on an 11. So, question number 3. Listen carefully. Which 2005 Nobel Prize-winning English playwright wrote the screenplay for the film The French Lieutenant's Woman? That's a 2-word answer as well. So which 2005 Nobel Prize-winning English playwright wrote the screenplay for the film The French Lieutenant's Woman? Or Lieutenant's Woman, whatever it is. 2-word answer. His first name starts with the letter H, which may help you somewhat, especially if you don't know many English playwrights. Question number 4, dead easy. Don't know whether we've got anybody from this area, but never mind. In May 1984, Alan Pettigrew of Loch Lomond gained the world record from throwing what item a distance of 55.11 metres? I'm sure it's a question I've had before, but never mind. Seems a bit bizarre question. So in May 1984, Alan Pettigrew of Loch Lomond gained the world record from throwing what item with a distance of 55.11 metres? I'm not quite sure how they measure that. It must make a bit of a mess. Oh well. I'm sure there must be some strict rules to it, whatever, as in all competition. Question number 5. According to the lyrics of the song by the Weather Girls, it will start raining men at just about what time? So question 5 again. According to the lyrics of the song by the Weather Girls, it will start raining men at just about what time? So how many of you are back to work then, full-time and properly? Or there's a good lot of you still working at home? I'd be interested to know. Right then. Question number 6. Set during the Georgian era, who played the Prince Regent in Blackadder III? Again, a 2-word answer. So set during the Georgian era, who played the Prince Regent in Blackadder III? Now, I thought you'd still be working, Matt. Very well. Are you doing any work at home, or are you still got to go in all the time? Nikki says, no, I'm working hard at being retired. Excellent. Graham's the same. Work? So, oh dear. Jackie's been working from home from the 18th of March. Blimey. Right, question number 7. What is a type of elephant-like creature in the Winnie the Pooh stories by A.A. Milne? They are mentioned and only appear in Pooh and Piglet's dreams. So what is a type of elephant-like creature in the Winnie the Pooh stories by A.A. Milne? They are mentioned and only appear in Pooh and Piglet's dreams. Mind you, I'm knackered. Same here, Jackie. Being retired is the best job I've ever had. And me. Oh no, we know you haven't stopped, Chris. Got to keep the country going, mate. We've got to keep the country going. Question number 8, again starting with the letter H. US Airways Flight 1549 was an Airbus A320, which after losing power was glided by its pilots, eventually ditching in which New York River? So US Airways Flight 1549 was an Airbus A320, which after losing power was glided by its pilots, eventually ditching in which New York River? Yeah, that's the problem, Steve, isn't it? I'm retired, no time for a job. Yeah, I've been at the pub all week this week, but it is the first bit of work I've done for a while properly. However, being retired, I'm sure wears you out more. When my granddaughter comes out, I'm glad to give her back after about 3 or 4 hours. She always wears us out. Dear God, it's constant and non-stop. That's the problem. Question number 9. In the world of I haven't said this very well. In the world of the World Wide Web, that doesn't read very well. What do the letters HTTP stand for? So in the world of the World Wide Web, what do the letters HTTP stand for? That's a 3-word answer. Should my wife get that straight away? And finally, question number 10, again a 2-word answer. Which famous person was born in 1758 at Burnham Thorpe in Norfolk and was laid to rest in St Paul's Cathedral in 1806? Jackie skips, but what do you do, Lydia, apart from the quiz? You're going to say. So which famous person was born in 1758 at Burnham Thorpe in Norfolk and was laid to rest in St Paul's Cathedral in 1806? Right, that's the end of the very straightforward letter H round. There's nothing too testing in that, I'm sure. I'd be surprised if we haven't got a few 10 out of 10s on that round at least. So all starting with the letter H. So if you don't know it, have a stab at it. It's all the answers, you'll have heard of all of them, so it's not particularly taxing or testing. There we go. Right, let's. I think we should pretty much go. Are you ready to do some marking, Ash? Or have you still got answers coming in? Right, I think we're all ready for some marking after that round because it wasn't too taxing. So here we go. The Hogwarts Schoolhouse with yellow and black as its emblem is Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff. Number 2, Pipe Smoker of the Year was Harold Wilson. Number 3, that Nobel Prize-winning English playwright was Harold Pinter. Well done if you got that. That was probably a tough one all around. Number 4, Alan Pettigrew was a world record haggis throwing, of course. Number 5, according to the lyrics of the song by the Weather Girls, it will start raining at 10:30. Number 6, set during the Georgian era, who played the Prince Regent? That was Hugh Laurie. Number 7, the elephant-like creatures that appear in Pooh and Piglet's dreams are heffalumps. Heffalumps. Number 8, it was the Hudson River that the A320 was ditched into, so to speak. Number 9, HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And finally, number 10, it was Horatio Nelson. that was born in Burnhamthorpe in Norfolk and that later rest in St Paul's Cathedral in 1806. So well done if you got all of those. So let's have some scores in. Let's see how well you fared. Possibly the Harold Pinter. And we'll say, I'm a Hefflump, R.I.P. Cedric Dickory. Oh dear. Don't blame you. Well, we've got Chili Willie and Joe. 8 equals 20. We've got Sarah and our Worcester friends are on 20. Martin Davies on very respectable 21. Roger Grievous on 19. We've got Dave Perry on 21. Steve Farman's on 20. Michelle's on 21. Helen and Steve Valentine on 18. Ian Miller's on 20. Grant Gifford on 21. We've got the famous 5 at the moment on 22 points. Very good score. Mick Roberts is on 21. Quizzy Rascals are on 21. Nicky Bowers on 19. We've got Pick a Mix on 19. We've got the Blackpool Bloomers on 20 points. PRS are on 21. We've got Stuart Colwell, 22 points. Alex Brown's on 20. Jenny Graham and friends are on 21. We've got Home Alone 6 on 21 points. Heidi Shaw's on 16. We've got Chris Beak. Can we get R for getting 2 of the 3 HTTP words? Depends which ones you got. No, let's say no, because I'll only have Royals moan at me for giving half points away then. But never mind. I will let you know when you're at half a points possible. I don't really mind. Chris, if you want to give it yourself, do. It's not going to make much difference, is it? You have a half point. Go on, I'm very generous as usual. Jackie Skip and the Booby Prize girls are on 18. We've got Chris Mees, split the difference on 22 points. Mark Gallenton's on 17. Mike Yates is on 17. Andrew Lewis on 20 points. I think that's probably all our scores in. So at the moment, we've got split the difference on 22. Stuart Colwell doing extremely well on 22 points. We've got a number of teams on 21 points. We've got the famous 5 on 22 points. Yeah, it's all very, very close as we go into round 3. Now, round number 3 is health and fitness. I hope you've all been doing something healthy whilst we've been in lockdown. Of course, me and the wife do an awful lot of cycling. Well, we did do a lot of cycling up until 2 weeks ago. I've got broken something. I'm not sure what I've cracked, but I've cracked something. I was burning my shoulder on my back. So we haven't been on the bike since, but it's slowly but surely getting better, but it's not right at all yet. So I'm still going around like it. Oh, dear, yeah. Couldn't do any press-ups yet. Right, here we go then. Health and fitness. Round 3, question number 1. Are we ready to go? In the UK, a traffic light labelling system is commonly used, where the amount of calories, fat, saturated fat, sugar, and what else are displayed on the front of pre-packaged food and drinks? So, in the United Kingdom, a traffic light labelling system is commonly used where the amount of calories, fat, saturated fat, sugar, and what else are displayed on the front of the pre-packaged food and drinks. Thankfully, we don't have to put it on our pump clips in the pub to tell you what's in our beer. Probably just as well, really, isn't it? Question number 2. When reading blood pressure at, say, 125/85, what is the name given to the pressure that reads 125? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So when reading blood pressure at, say, 125/85, what is the name given to the pressure that reads 125? It's true that is, Chris. 99% of beer is water, I suppose. Just about. Probably 99% at least. Question number 3. This is a sod of a question, but never mind. 1 or 2 of you might have done this. I bet Russ has done this. I can see Russ doing this. An Ironman triathlon consists of a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile cycle ride, and a run of over how many miles? So an Ironman triathlon consists of a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile cycle ride, and a run of just over how many miles? I don't know about Ironman. It sounds like Madman, really. But there you go. I'd be surprised if anybody is in an Ironman competition, but I can imagine Russ doing that. He's kind of guy. What do you reckon, Ange? Well, he looks that fit kind of chap, doesn't he? Go out and do a quick 2.5 mile swim. Dear God, I couldn't swim 2.5 miles. Question number 4. This one's a bit trickier. Also a 2-time Academy Award winner, which Hollywood actress released an exercise video in 1982 that was at one point the best-selling VHS video of all time? It's an interesting one. So also a 2-time Academy Award winner, which Hollywood actress released an exercise video in 1982 that was at one point the best-selling VHS video of all time. Sorry, Sarah. Well, I don't know. Gets on his bike, surely. Yeah. Do a lot of walking. That's a start, isn't it? Build yourself up from a walk. See my arm. Oh, there you go. Question number 5. Another multiple choice question, not too difficult, this one. Which of the following is not taken into account when calculating somebody's BMI? I'll give you the choices. Is it their weight, their height, or their waistline? So which of the following is not taken into account when calculating someone's BMI? Is it their weight, their height, or their waistline? He runs and swims, but not at the same time. Well, if it goes back to the Olympics of 1900, whatever it was, he could have done the underwater obstacle race. It's true. They did underwater obstacle race. Question number 6. Listen carefully. Where in the human body would you find the biceps femoris muscles? So where in the human body would you find the biceps femoris muscles? God, I'll set my arm off now. Wish I hadn't done that. Must pick more beer up to make it training better. Question number 7. Not too difficult, just pretty straightforward. The word yoga, literally meaning union, is a borrowed word from which language? It's an ancient language. So the word yoga, literally meaning union, is a borrowed word from which language? What's Ian put? Bigger glass. Yeah, I can't lift my big glass at the moment, Ian. my kilo, my 1 litre glass is just too heavy to lift, but never mind. Question number 8, dead easy. In 2005, which celebrity chef began a campaign called Feed Me Better, which aimed to introduce school children to healthier food? So in 2005, which celebrity chef began a campaign called Feed Me Better, which aimed to introduce school children to healthier food? I'm sure you'll all get that one fairly straightforward. How many calories have we got in these tins here? What's that? 100 per can. Energy per 100 ml. 133. Yeah, not too bad. It's all right. I'm just looking at how many calories are in my can of beer. 133, not too many that. Question number 9. According to UK guidelines, What is the recommended daily calorie intake for a woman? I'll give you the choice. Is it 1,000 calories? Is it 2,000 calories? Or is it 3,000 calories? And this is only a rough estimate, obviously. It's not a perfect science. So according to UK guidelines, what is the recommended daily calorie intake for women? I'll give you the choice. Is it 1,000 calories, 2,000 calories, or is it 3,000 calories? Hippos can swim and run faster than people. So if you're competing against them in Ironman, you better get a head start on bike. Well done, Roy. I haven't seen a hippo on a bike, that's for sure. It needs some good suspension. Oh dear God, or a big saddle, that's for sure. And finally, question number 10 in this health and fitness round. Question number 10. Which fitness program was created in the 1990s by Colombian dancer Alberto Perez when he forgot to bring his usual music to his aerobics class and used Latin dance music instead? Everybody's heard of that. So which fitness program was created in the 1990s by Colombian dancer Alberto Perez when he forgot to bring his usual music to his aerobic class and used a Latin dance music instead? So there we have it. There are your 10 questions. Lydia's posted all the questions in the chat column. Do feel free if you'd like to just have a quick, yes, do have a beer break. There's no great desperate hurry. That was a pretty straightforward round, which I'm sure you've done very well. Right, we've got 72 current users taking part, teams. And yeah, cheers to you all. Let's hope that one or two of you might decide that it might be worth going and venturing out for a quick beer at the weekend. I cannot see the pubs being, they might be on the first day, of course, they might be a bit busy, but I really do feel that we've got a big hill to climb over the next 6 months. We'll see. Of course, if anybody would like to buy a pub, just let me know. They're feeling cash rich, you never know. Right then, let's get back and give you some answers in this pretty straightforward round. It's all about health and fitness, Right, does anybody need any more time? Are we all right? Right, let's do some marking then. Here we go. Question number 1 was that traffic light labeling system. The one that was missing, of course, was salt. Salt. Number 2, the higher of the two blood pressure readings is called systolic. Systolic. Number 3, an Ironman triathlon consists of a 2.4 mile swim, a 112-mile cycle ride, and a run of 26 miles, the same distance as the marathon. So it's a marathon to finish you off. And if that doesn't finish you off, listen, well, can't believe that really, but there you go. Number 4, also a 2-time Academy Award winner, the Hollywood actress I was after was Jane Fonda, that had the best-selling VHS video of all time. Number 5, which of the following is not taken into account? It's the waistline, of course, the waistline. Number 6, where in the human body would you find the biceps femoris? That was a bit of a trick question. The word femoris, of course, relates to your legs. The biceps femoris are in your legs. Number 7, the word yoga is literally, meaning union, is a borrowed word from Sanskrit. Number 8, it was Jamie Oliver, of course, who had the Feed Me Better campaign. Number 9, according to UK guidelines, it's 2,000 calories a day. It's supposed to keep you in some kind of fit way. And finally, number 10, that fitness program was called Zumba. Well done if you got that. Right then, let's have some scores in after that round. I don't think there were too many tricky ones there. That one with the muscles was a bit of a trick question, and maybe 1 or 2 of the others. But let's see. I think we'll have all done pretty well on that round, health and fitness. Whether you got the distance in the men's Ironman competition, something I haven't done. Right, we've got Steve Farndon on 29, followed by Dave Perry also on 29. Roger Grivis, also on 29. And Michelle Gillen's on 29 points. Martin Davis is on 29 points. Jenny Graham and friends are on 28. Ian Miller's on 28. Graham Gifford on 29 points. Helen and Steve Valentine on 26. Got Mike Yates on 23. Booby Prize Girls are on 26. Famous 5 on 31 points. Nikki Bowers on 30. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on, Nikki Bowers on 27. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 30. Mark Gannon's on 23. We've got Home Alone, 6 on 29 points. Andrew Lewis is on 28.5. Chris Speaks on 27.5. We've got Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 29 points. Mick Roberts is on 29 points. Chili Willie's on 27 points. Heidi Shaw's on 24 points. Bigger Mix on 27 points. We've got Karen Pennington and our friends from Blackpool on 28 points. Stuart Colwell on 30 points. Matthew Blood and PRS on 31 points. So we've got some great scores in there. So PRS at the moment on 31. We've got the Famous 5 on 31 points. And we've got a whole gaggle of people on 29 and a couple on 30s. So some great scores there. Split the difference, just come in with a 32. Alex Brown with 28 and Leslie Barrett on a 31 points. Well done, Sif. That's a great score. Right then, round number 4. This might sort you out. Initial letter link. Basically 9 general knowledge questions. Just take the initial letters of each of your answers and put them to one side. And then I'll ask question 10 where I'll ask you to rearrange your letters and see what you can get. So question number 1, pretty straightforward. What is the name given to France's intercity high-speed rail service operated by SNCF, the state-owned national rail operator? I will take an abbreviation, that is fine. So what is the name given to France's intercity high-speed rail service operated by CNCF, the state-owned national rail operator? As I say, I will take just the initials for that. Question number 2 is an interesting one. Which country in Africa is closer to being the shape of a rectangle than any other country in the world? Robin said CNCF. That's what I said, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I've got. Maybe I got something wrong. He's asking. Oh, this is SNCF, not CNCF. Yes. Sorry, Robin. It's just me being daft. Oh dear. Never mind. Yes, SNCF, not CNCF. What a stupid boy. Oh dear. Now I haven't got my screen back up. Where's he all gone? Where have you all gone? I've lost you. Never mind. Oh, there you are. It's all right. I've lost everybody on screen there. I'm in panic. Right, so question 2 again. Listen carefully. Which country in Africa is closer to being the shape of a rectangle than any other country, apparently, in the world? Société Nationale de Chimie de Feu Français. Yeah, I just looked it up, actually. That's where I was going. Come on. I'm gonna throw in that German round for Sunday, you'll be pleased to know. Robin. Question number 3. What word for someone who shoots from a hiding place originated in the 18th century in British India, where it referred to shooting a particular type of wading bird that was difficult to hunt? So what word for someone who shoots from a hiding place originated in the 18th century in British India, where it referred to shooting a particular type of wading bird that was difficult to hunt? Paul Sods. Question number 4. What single-digit number is sometimes referred to as doctor's orders in the world of bingo? So question 4 again, in the world of bingo, whatever. What single-digit number is sometimes referred to as doctor's orders? Oh dear. I'm just looking at this and thinking I've got something wrong. Oh no. So, what's that, is it? Question number 5. Sorry, I thought I got something wrong there with the initial letter link. Not that I ever get anything wrong, but never mind. Question number 5. Which medical TV soap opera, first broadcast on BBC One in March 2000, is set in a fictional town in the West Midlands called Leatherbridge? So which medical TV soap opera, first broadcast on BBC in the March of 2000, is set in a fictional town in the West Midlands called Leatherbridge? You might not know that one. I'm pretty hopeless on the soaps. Question number 6. Also the first name of Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter novels, who is the Roman goddess of wisdom? So also the first name of Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter novels, who is the Roman goddess of wisdom? Again, you'll be able to work this backwards. Even if you've got a couple missing, you might be able to work it backwards once you listen to final question number 10. Question number 7 is a tricky word. What French word meaning jewel is used in English to mean small but attractive? So what French word meaning jewel is used in English to mean small but attractive? Question number 8. Which fictional bear often boasts that he is smarter than the average bear? It's a good boast to have. So which fictional bear often boasts that he is smarter than the average bear? That's question number 8. Question number 9. This is another tough one. It's a tough round, this, but never mind. Known for playing Mr. Bronson on the TV show Grange Hill, which real-life person did Michael Sheard play in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? So known for playing Mr. Bronson on the TV show Grange Hill, which real-life person did Michael Sheard play in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Now then, there's a number of those that you are probably missing. So question number 10 asks this, and it says the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell what 3-word phrase, which is the title of both a well-known 1986 film and a well-known song that topped the UK charts when it was released in 1987. Yeah. So the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell what 3-word phrase, which is the title of both a well-known film of 1986 and a well-known song that topped UK charts when it was re-released in 1987. Question 9 is his Christian name for the connection, Chitty. His Christian name for the connection, but it is a 2-word answer. If you get the first word, you'll know the second one, so it's pretty straightforward. don't know whether I should be given a little bit more hint on that. Have you got the connection? I'll give you a little bit more of a hint actually on that last one. It was also a song released in 1961 by our great friend who died a couple of years ago, Ben E. King. So it's also the name of a song that was released in 1961 by Mr. Ben E. King. That should make it a little bit easier for you. It's a three-word answer. Of course, it might not make it any easier at all. Does anybody need any of those repeating? As that was a bit of a tough round. I hope you're trying to work them backwards now. You remember you need to take first letters of each of your answers and rearrange them to give you that three-word phrase, which was the name of a film, song, and a re-release song. The original song was made popular by Mr. Ben E. King. Number 2, Chile. Number 2 was that one country in Africa. Am I on the right? Oh no, number. What's he put down? Is it number 2 or number 4, Chile? Sorry, Chile. Just give me a second. Number 2. Oh, number 2 was that rectangular country that I'm after. It says here, which country in Africa is closer to being the shape of a rectangle than any other country in the world? That presumably means it's got a few right angles in it. Whether it's got 4, I don't know. But it can't have, can it? Otherwise it'd be a complete rectangle. Or square even. Do we need any other repeats? Don't sing. You always liked my singing, Robin. I'm sure you did. No? I could go on The Voice or something like that, perhaps, and perform. What do you reckon? You crack on. All right, okay, Carol. Let's crack on. That means Carol's obviously got all the answers. So, are we ready to do some marking? Does anybody need any particularly more time or not? In which case, let's get some marking done. Again, some of those were a bit tough, but never mind. Hopefully, you've worked it out in the end. So, question number 1. The name given to France's intercity high-speed train service is called the TGV, Train à Grande Vitesse. The TGV. That gave you a T. We're always saying no more time now. I'll give you a little bit longer. I will give you a little bit longer because 1 or 2 teams are asking for a bit more time. But Carol's saying crack on. Then Roy's saying no more time. Sorry, Carol. I thought you got them all, but perhaps Roy hasn't got them all. No giving yourself TGV unless as I've already given you that one. Right then. Question number 2. Here we go then. Let's carry on. Question number 2 was which country in Africa is close to being the shape of a rectangle? Apparently that's Egypt. Egypt. Number 3, the word I wanted, which referred to a bird called the snipe, of course, is a sniper. A sniper. Question number 4, what single-digit number is sometimes referred to as doctor's orders? That's number 9. Number 9. Question number 5, what medical TV soap opera first broadcast on BBC One? It was called Doctors, surprisingly. Number 6, also the name of Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter novels. Who is the Roman goddess of wisdom? That's Minerva. Well done if you remember that. Number 7, the French word meaning jewel is used in English to mean small but attractive. I should have said compact and attractive. Compact and bijou. Bijou was the word I was after. Number 8, the fictional bear, of course, is Yogi Bear. Number 9, it was Adolf Hitler that was played by Michael Shard in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And of course, if you rearranged all of those, and I eventually gave you it was a song released by Benny King, it was a song and a film called Stand By Me. So well done if you got that, Stand By Me. Do you want me to sing it, Robin, or not? Stand by me. No, I won't sing it. Right, let's have some scores in. So we're done after that particularly tricky round, but in mind, we've still got the famous 5 on 40 points. Very good scores. Chris Fake, 37.5 points. Still exceptionally good. Marlon Davis is on 36. Ian Miller's on 36. Pierre on 41 points. We've got Michelle Gibbons on 36. Stop it. Stuart Colwell's on 38 points. Carrot Pennington's on 36. We've got Home Alone at 6 on 39 points. Jenny Graham and Friends on 35. We've got Leslie Barrett on 36. We've got Helen and Steve Valentine on 35. Roger Griffiths on 36. Steve Farnham's on 36. Split the Difference on 41. Graham Gifford's on 38. Shara's on 38. Sarah and the gang. Voice of an Angel, I know, Matthew. Chilly Willie is on 35 points. Mick Roberts on 35 points. Poor old Nikki Bowers, she says rubbish there, on 32 points. Andrew Lewis, 33.5. We've got Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 40 points. Piggy Mitchell on 34. Heidi Shaw's on 34. We've got Mark Gannington on 34. And the Booby Prize Girls on 33 points. Well, it's not bad out of 40, is it, really, when you look at it? Well, 41. No, 42, isn't it? So, not dropped too many yet. Here we go, then. The next round tonight is entitled Make or Break, where the word make and the word break appear in either the question or the answer to each of these. So Mike Yates is also on 27 points. Come on then, Mike. Let's see how you can fare on this round. Question number 1. Which Polish businessman founded a well-known cosmetics company in 1909 and is generally credited with popularizing the term makeup? It's quite a clue in that one. So, which Polish businessman founded a well-known cosmetics company in 1909 and is generally credited with popularizing the term makeup? So you see that's got makeup in it, so it's got make in it somewhere. That's how vague the make and break is, really, but never mind. That was in the question, that one, yes. It can be either the question. Question number 2, written by Donald Gillies Advertising Agency in 1957, the year of my birth. What follows the have a break, have a what? So written by Donald Gillies, I think it is, Advertising Agency in 1957. What follows have a break, have a what? In other words, replace the word what. I think it's supposed to be what follows the line, or what follows the words. What follows the words, something like that. Well, it could have been a crap, Ian. Yes, it could have been. Could have been have a beer, I suppose. It was a good advertising line by any standards, wasn't it, really, when you look at it? That dates from 1957. That makes it 62 years old. Dear God. Question number 3. Which song performed by Billy Ray Cyrus became the first single ever to achieve triple platinum status in Australia, of all places? I think we're looking for, mate, what are we looking for? We're looking for the word make or break somewhere in this. So, which song performed by Billy Ray Cyrus became the first single ever to achieve triple platinum status in Australia? That's an interesting fact, isn't it? Yes, not. That is some bizarre trivia, really, at its best, but never mind. Question number 4. Commonly distributed during Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, What is the standard colour of the cap that features the slogan, "Make America Great Again"? Swing your pants music. Not if you've had a crap in them, Ian. Dear God. Question 4 again. Commonly distributed during Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. What is the standard colour of the cap that features the slogan, "Make America Great Again"? Make America Great Again. Dear God. Question number 5 for all you sports fans. Broadcast between 1991 and 2002, the TV show Big Break was themed around which sport? Not too testing, that one. It's a very, very bad person. So, broadcast between 1991 and 2002, the TV show Big Break was themed around which sport? Question number 6, I'd kind of heard before, but wasn't sure about this one. Let's see who can get this one right. Question number 6. Used in TV shows such as Fleabag, if a character talks directly to the audience, are they said to be, I'll give you the choice, is it breaking the second wall, breaking the third wall, or breaking the fourth wall? So used in TV shows such as Fleabag, if a character talks directly to the audience, are they said to be breaking the second wall, breaking the third wall, or breaking the fourth wall? I'd heard of it, but I couldn't remember this for the life of me. So I hope you fare better than me. You've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting that one right, surely. Now, Chris speak, I will allow half a point for this one. So listen carefully to the question. Roy, are you listening? Half a point if possible. You'll get a full point if you get the whole thing right. In the world of truck driver lingo, which I'm sure you're all aware of, what term is used to tell other CB users that you'd like to start a transmission on channel 19? So in the world of truck driver lingo, what term is used to tell other CB users that you'd like to start a transmission on channel 19? Takes me back 30 years, that does. No, I never had one. How long ago? 40 years. Well, it's a long time ago. This is a stupid question, that is, by any standards. Yes, that is a pretty stupid question. Oh, this is making me hurt, this one. Question number 8. The clavicle is the most commonly broken bone in the human body. By what name is the clavicle more commonly known? We've got a big convoy. 10-4, or Job. Oh, dear God. So the clavicle is the most commonly broken bone in the human body. By what name is the clavicle more commonly known? It's not a musical instrument. Well, it is really, but not that big. Question number 9. There's a bear in the air. I'm sure we're going to get it all now. Oh, they've both put it on at the same time. Question number 9. Listen carefully. A top 10 hit single for Adele in 2010. Which American singer-songwriter and Nobel Prize winner wrote the song "Make You Feel My Love"? What was that term when they saw things in bandits in the mirror, wasn't it? Bandits in the mirrors. Oh, God, no. Question 9 again. A top 10 hit single for Adele in 2010. Which American singer-songwriter and Nobel Prize winner, which kind of gives it away, wrote the song Make You Feel My Love? And finally, question number 10. In 1947, Chuck Yeager became the first person to officially break what? So question 10 again, pretty straightforward quizzy question. In 1947, Chuck Yeager became the first person to officially break what? There we have it. There's your 10 questions on something to do with break or make. So I hope you're doing all right with those. 10 for Rubber Duck. Dear God. Yeager. Could do with some Yeager ones, actually. Right, I'll just give you a few seconds, then we'll go through those. They're not the kind of questions you need an awful lot of time on those. And I'll just let you get your team scores together, especially if you are trying to do the quiz miles apart. You got it, Pigpen. Mind the suicide jockey. Dear God. What have I started? What have I started? Right then, let's go through some answers to round number 5. This was the make or break round. Question number 1. Polish businessman I wanted was a guy called Max Factor. Max, of course, being pretty Polish by the sounds of things. Max Factor. Number 2, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Nothing to do with going to the toilet. Number 3, of course, that song was Achy Breaky Heart. Achy Breaky Heart. Number 4, I was after the colour red. All of his campaign caps featuring the slogan Make America Great Again were coloured red, apparently. Broadcast Big Break was themed around snooker. Number 6, used in TV shows such as Fleabag. If a character talks directly to the audience, they are said to be breaking the fourth wall. Apparently, the fourth wall separates the actors from the audience. So it's breaking the fourth wall. Well done if you got that. Number 7. Now then, for half a point, breaker will do, or breaker. But basically, to get onto a transmission on channel 19, you need breaker 19. Breaker 19. That's exactly what you need. So that's for a full point. So breaker 19 for a full point, or breaker, or breaker, I will give you half a point. So don't say I'm not being very generous with that one. Number 8, the clavicle is better known as the collarbone. Number 9, it was Bob Dylan, of course, that wrote that song. He's probably the only singer-songwriter to have a Nobel Prize. And finally, number 10, in 1947, Chuck Yeager became the first person to break the sound barrier. I can't remember the name of the aircraft, but it was the X-Bell something, or Bell X. Bell M, I don't know, something like that. Right then, let's have some scores in, see how you've done. Right then, we have Chilly Willy with a very good 9 on 44 points. Ian Miller is also on 44 points. Have we got anybody can beat that then? We've got Chris Beat, 46.5 points. We've got the Famous 5 on 49.5 points. We've got Helen Steve Valentine on 45. We've got the Blackpool Gang on 45. We've got Mick Roberts on 43. Graham Giffords on 48 points. Michelle's on 45.5. We've got Stuart Colwell on 48 points. Steve Fardens on 45. What's he called? Glamorous Glennis, like that. All right, yeah. Sarah Deschamps, Sarah and the gang on 46.5. We've got Roger Griffiths on 43. Martin Davis on 44. We've got Home Alone on 48.5. Dave Perry's on 46. We've got Jenny Graham and Friends on 44. Nicky Bowers is on 40.5. Pick and Mix on 43.5. PRS on 51 points. That's a great score. Andrew Lewis on 40. We've got the Booby Prize Girls on 39. We've got Paula Lewis on 50 points. Alex Brown's on 44. Leslie Barrett's on 43.5. We've got Mike Yates on 36. Holly Shaw's on 42.5. Alex Brown's on 45, and Split the Difference are on 50.5 points with Mark Garrington on 41 points. 41 points. So there's not a lot separating the top at the moment. We've got PRS half a point in the lead. They are just leading, split the difference by half a point, which in turn are beating the Quizzy Rascals by half a point. We've also got a number of teams on the 48s. So yes, some great scores in tonight. Not many people have dropped many points, to be fair, and I thought that was a pretty tricky round, the one before. Right then, we go into some general trivia last round. Nothing too testing, although they're a bit more vague, if you know what I mean, as far as general trivia is concerned. Like how many chance cards you get in Monopoly, you know, always got a couple. Right then, round number 6. It is now, 9:20. So we will be finished by about 9:30. So let's, we're just after. So let's see how we go. General trivia number 1. Question number 1 is an anagram. It's a 4-word anagram. Him, H-I-M. You might like to write this down, or you will need to write it down. Him, H-I-M. In, I-N. Close, C-L-O-S-E. Call, C-A-L-L. So him, in, close, call is an anagram of which astronaut who was one of only 24 to have ever flown to the moon? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. So him, in, close, call is an anagram of which astronaut who was one of only 24 to have ever flown to the moon? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. Not particularly easy, that one, but never mind. Clearly not Buzz Aldrin. I think like this ghost answer. You press that. Question number 2 is a bit more straightforward. The star signs Libra and Virgo are both associated with which month of the year? So if you're on the cusp, you'll know this one. So the star signs Libra and Virgo are both associated with which month of the year? That's what I'm doing. Yes. Well, it's still very cloudy outside. Big clouds out over there. We haven't had any more rain. It's raining up in Liverpool and in Worcester at the moment. Never mind, we'll see how we fare towards the weekend. Things might brighten up a bit, we'll see. Right, question number 3. Which of the following people was not a real sailor? I put a real. I'll give you the choice. Was it Bluebeard, Redbeard, or Blackbeard? There's a good question. So which of the following people was not a real sailor? I'll give you the choice. Was it Bluebeard, Redbeard, or Blackbeard? I mean, all those beardy questions. Question number 4. Which musical composer wrote the works The Firebird, Petrushka, and The Rite of Spring? So which musical composer wrote the works The Firebird, Petrushka, and The Rite of Spring? Very famous composer. I'm sure you'll all have heard of him. Don't think there's anything overly taxing in this round, but never mind. Question number 5. The cancer drug Taxol is derived from which tree, which is often found in churchyards? So for all yous that go around churchyards looking at your trees, the cancer drug Taxol is derived from which tree, which is often found in churchyards? What's that? What's he put up? See now? Not looking at the tree huggers. Oh dear God! Come on, Ian. You mean tree huggers? You've got a whole load of animals coming in your garden at night. You feed hedgehogs and things. You must be a wildlife expert. Sure, you'll know all about trees in churchyards. Question number 6. Eventually dying at his home on the morning of the 12th of March 2015 from Alzheimer's, who wrote The Light Fantastic, the second novel of his Discworld series? Eventually dying at his home on the morning of the 12th of March 2015 from Alzheimer's, who wrote The Light Fantastic, the second novel of his Discworld series? I had a cat outside, waked my dog up last night, which in turn woke me up. I'd hope you could shoot the cat, I suppose. Stop the dog barking at least, wouldn't it? Question number 7. For all you sailors, what is the maximum speed limit for the majority of inland waterways in the United Kingdom managed by the Canal and River Trust? That's fair play. So question 7. What is the maximum speed limit for the majority of inland waterways in the United Kingdom managed by the Canal and River Trust? Blimey, now we're getting a few things up for that previous one here. He called these Alzheimer's, young buggerings, which is fair. Martin Dave said, former press officer for the CEGB. Blimey. You learn some things, you see, if you go to quizzes. Not the kind of thing he's renowned for. Question number 8. Listen carefully. How many mainland European countries does the Arctic Circle pass through? So how many mainland European countries does the Arctic Circle pass through? Your chat stopped. Oh dear, you're in trouble. My wife's chat stopped apparently. Oh, could be worse. Oh, my chat. You come back. We'll see when it comes back. Question number 9. What one word can precede the words food and forward and go after the word break? So what one word can precede the words food and forward and go after the word break? And finally, to wrap the quiz up tonight and see how you've all fared, constructed in 1960s and one of only 2 to travel entirely underground, what colour is the Victoria Line represented as on the London Underground map? So constructed in the 1960s and one of only 2 to travel entirely underground, what colour is the Victoria Line represented as on the London Underground map? Right then, there were 10 straightforward testing trivia questions there to keep you all amused, but never mind. We will see how we've done. Keen interest, that popped up for a while. Right, are we ready to do some marking? We'll put you all out your misery and we'll see how you've all fared. I don't think we need much more time, do we? Right then. Question number 1, him in close call. He was in charge of the command, not the command module. He was in, yes, he was command module in on Apollo 11. His name was Michael Collins, and his two mates, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, went to walk on the moon while he was still going around the moon. So it's Michael Collins I was after. Number 2, the star sign Libra and Virgo, basically both associated with September. Number 3, which of the following people was not a real sailor? That was Bluebeard. Bluebeard was a French folklore murderer of all people, but never mind. Question number 4 was Stravinsky, the Firebird, The Rite of Spring, and Petrushka, the ballet. Number 5, the drug Taxol is derived from the yew tree, which stands in churchyards, of course. Number 6, it was Terry Pratchett who wrote The Light Fantastic, the Discworld series. Number 7, maximum speed limit on the majority of inland waterways is 4 miles per hour. Number 8, how many mainland European countries does the Arctic Circle pass through? That's 4. We've got Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Eastern Russia. Number 9, what one word can precede the words food and forward and go after the word break? That's fast, as in breakfast. Fast food and fast forward, I suppose. And constructed in the 1960s, one of only 2 to travel entirely underground. The colour of the Victoria line is light blue. I will accept a shade of light blue, or any shade of light blue will do, as opposed to a dark blue or a royal blue. Oh, I think the Piccadilly line's a dark blue, isn't it? I'm not quite sure. Right then, there are your scores. I won't be too harsh on number 10, I have to say, with light blue, but dark blue won't do, because there is another one which is dark blue. Right then, let's see how we're done. We have Steve Farnderman in with 53 points. We've got Mick Roberts with 50. Great scores tonight. And Roger Griffiths with 50. Well done, you. Hilary Lower in the famous 5, 57.5. Chris Speaks on 54.5. We've got Martin Davis on 50. We've got Jenny Graham and friends on 51 points. Well done. Joe and Willie on 53 points. We've got Andrew Lewis on 50. Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 55 points. Ian Miller's on 50. We've got Helen and Steve. Valentine on 53. Graham Gifford is on 56. Got Nicky Bowers on 47.5. Paul Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 60 points. Home Alone on 58.5 points. Mark Gannon's on 43. We've got Karen Barrington and the gang on 49 points. We've got Mike Yates on 43 points. PRS also on 60 points. Stuart Colwell, tremendous performance tonight. I don't know whether you got friends doing it with you, Stuart, but 56 is a great score. Jackie Skip, Booby Prize Girls are on 46. Alex Brown's on 43. Michelle and the gang, 52.5. You could sell shares in pub. We love the Victoria, beautiful pub. Oh, perhaps we could. Dave Perry on 55. We've got just some great questions, Nick. Made my brain hurt. Oh, that's got to be good, isn't it? Pick a mix on 51.5. We've also got, where are we? 1 minute. Split the difference on 59.5 points. Andrew Lewis ends up with 48 points. Yeah, that's about it in. So it looks like we have a tie for the first place between PRS on a fantastic score of 60 points. Now, that's not bad out of a possible 62. And the Quizzy Rascals also ending up with 60 points. Great last round for them to pull back that point. Split the difference, end up second on their own. Well, sorry, it's a clear third place, sorry, on 59.5 points. Closely followed by a few other teams on the very high 50s. We've got Home Alone 6, for instance, I think probably fourth place on 58.5 points. Which was a great score tonight. We've also got a number of others in the 50s and high 50s. Worcester Friends on 55. We've got Graham Gifford on 56. So on and so forth. So very well played out. Stuart Colwell, of course, on 56 points. So there's a lot of you in the high 50s today. Sorry if you didn't quite achieve the 50s tonight, but never mind. There's some new bits of crap trivia that you've learned tonight, even if it is breaker 19 or whatever. Breaker 19. Dear God, we've all learned something tonight. If not, never mind. Anyway, thank you all, and hope you've enjoyed tonight's quiz. We've had 70 teams taking part, and constitutes a lot of you are still interested in doing the quiz. Sunday night's quiz will start as normal at 8:15. So it's 8 for 8:15 on Sunday. Again, 6 rounds of general trivia to keep those brains going. Thanks everybody that has joined us tonight from all over the country. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can keep watching us for the next few weeks to see how it goes. Before eventually we might be able to get in the pub, but I think that might still be some months away. So we'll see how the next month or two goes. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, and good night. And we will end the stream now. So thanks a lot, everybody. Good night.